Hey guys, it's Brandon here, and today we're going to go into the Bayview Resort and see a stunning 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, gorgeous remodel before and after. You're going to see that dirty, yellow walls, dirty, ugly carpet to transformed, beautiful perfection. Mwah! Right here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the video now. You'd like to invest in an oceanfront condo at a beach resort. I'd like to show you how they make profit and break down all their expenses so you understand how they operate, how they appreciate over time, and how to choose the right property manager for your goals. I'd also like to let you know what your HOA includes, how the location best services the tourist booking your unit, how your tourist can navigate the area to the best attractions, restaurants, and local events. I'd like to give you a market report on the resort that you're checking out today so that you make savvy investment decisions. And if you stay tuned until the end, I'll show you my top picks for the units that have appreciated the most in our market or generated the most gross rental income. So no matter if you're a first-time investor, a seasoned professional transitioning into the real estate game, or simply a casual investor who wants to buy an oceanfront condo to rent out while you're not using it for vacation. Whether you've got 15% to pay down because you're financing or you're a cash buyer, if it's an oceanfront condo you're after, you'll be better because I'm aiming to give you a 10 times return on your time for watching this video to the end. All right, Sam, take us to school on the foyer.
Yeah.
Come on.
So what we decided to do in here was just open it up a little bit. The door is not exactly centered on this wall. So when I walked in, I noticed that we had a space for a landing.
Hold on. You said the door's not centered. Let's
centered.
pivot around. See that door not centered on the wall? There you go.
So you've got some extra space where we can make an actual landing zone over here. So when people come in, they actually do have a drop zone. Stuff doesn't accumulate on the counter in there. So we also did an oversized mirror to kind of open it up, help with light reflection, because you only have one light over here, and this tends to be a little bit dark.
Okay.
So we lightened it up a bit and then brought in the flooring that lightens things up as well. You also have a drop zone. As you can see, they've already started utilizing this.
Yep.
So everything is easily accessible, but when you have a luggage cart, it's not in the way.
That's right. Yeah. Come on. Now take us into the first
bathroom.
Yeah, first bathroom.
All right. So we decided to do a full built-in shower out here. Chris, if you want to talk about the build out on this, we decided to go with a polished tile so it's easily kept clean. We did a micro grout line with a warm gray grout because the water in Myrtle Beach is a little unforgiving when it comes to coloring grout. So this way you have mini grout lines, hardly non-existent, and then it's easily kept clean by the rental property.
And tell me just a little bit about the mirror behind you, because it looks super cool.
So the mirror is actually an LED mirror, and it is hooked up to the light switch. So whenever you come in, this will illuminate, and you can turn it off if you want to, but it has a defog and it's got a front light and a back light. So it helps lighten things up in here.
All right, Sam, take us to school on this bedroom.
All right, this is the guest bedroom. We originally had 2 queen size beds in here anyway. So we decided to keep that footprint because it makes the most sense with how everything is laid out. We actually added in wall lights over each bed to help with illumination because there's no windows in here whatsoever. So we did custom headboards, raised these up a bit, and did a 16-inch bed frame to give you that hotel feel. And it's a lot easier to actually get up on the bed and not feel like you're on the floor. If you want to pivot this way, I will show you the fun piece behind this door. So we did an LED mirror back here to help with illumination in here again because of the lack of lighting, but also this helps with a get ready area for any guests that come in here. This also changes color for temperature as well. So you can give yourself a little bit different lighting. It's easier for women to get ready with makeup and everything, and it gives a little extra piece to the guest bedroom.
All right, Sam, take us to school. I think the clients mentioned putting beds here, but they ended up going with a dining room table. Walk us through that.
Yeah, this was originally the dining area anyway, but they wanted to do guest beds in here so they could maximize sleeping for guests coming in here, having the kids in a certain spot. So we did toss that idea around a little bit, but it wasn't going to work logistically because of the spacing. with the size of beds that we would need, you would basically have about this much room in between, and it was just too packed and crowded. So it made more sense with the lack of dining by the kitchen to actually make this a functional dining space by using the length of it instead of something a little bit shorter and capping off the chairs at the end.
Now talk to us about that. The choices there, the colors, the chandelier.
So we wanted to brighten this up because originally this was a very, very dark space. There was a flush mount light that did not have a lot of lighting anyway. So we went with an open chandelier. So that way it helps with light distribution. It's got 4 different bulbs. It's supposed to have 5, but it's got 4 different bulbs to actually illuminate this. And we lightened everything up. So that way all of your colors speak to the lighting and it actually helps. And if you turn around, there's a light right above you too that actually makes this a little bit brighter. So this helps out with the hallways.
All right, how did you end up with this kitchen?
All right, so the kitchen, normally in these little galley kitchens, we've got cabinets here. We have cabinets over the fridge. What we decided to do with the amount of cabinets that we actually have was going to make a lot more sense to utilize the space as a feature point and to take the 36-inch cabinets out, as well as the one above the refrigerator. It helps open this up and gives you a beautiful focal point by doing a full wall tile here. And then we even added in the gold Schluter on the side. So that way it's a beautiful finish point. We made sure to do a thicker shelf so that way they can actually use it for functionality. And we added a gallery rail to make sure nothing falls off. So a safety feature as well, but it's ultimately just like a moment inside the kitchen. Pulling around, we just did standard white shaker cabinets. Chris actually did this awesome blind corner right here. So that way you don't actually have a lazy Susan, but the shelving is cut in so you can actually access everything. So brilliant idea there. And then we pull the tile all the way around. And if you take a look up, we decided to do a moment in the tray ceiling too with the grass cloth wallpaper. So this brings the color back into the kitchen where it's very white and it's very neutral and very clean, but it also gives you a splash of color that we did everywhere else. All right, living room. When we first walked in here, it was very, very dark, per usual. The only thing you've really got is your slider on the side, and then we had one central light. In order for us to add lighting into these condos, you're in a concrete box with metal framing. There's no way we can run electrical unless you find a way to do it with a conduit. Normally conduits are down the wall and they're ugly and you don't want to see them. So what we did was we used the coffers as a functional conduit. We were able to drop in LED lights along with a ceiling fan and then make a beautiful feature architecture piece at the same time. We also went this way. This was recessed in this area right here. There was a kick out on this side and then this wall was recessed. We used the kick out as a framing piece to go all the way down, recess the TV, add in an electric fireplace. And then we decided to add in storage for the owner's closets on top and bottom. So this way, the owners have space for their storage, but it's also an easy access panel if we need to get back here and do anything with inside the shiplap. All right, for the master bedroom, we kept the same footprint in here, but what we did do is decided to make this more of a getaway oasis for the master suite owner. So we added in some lighting and some shiplap on this back wall. The lights have this beautiful little palm pattern here, so it stays within the beach theme, but it has a contrast too with the valance over the slider to the overall wall color, because we did a blue everywhere else to kind of keep things peaceful and oceanfront. And we also took this recess right behind you and made a vanity area. So this is going to dually function as a vanity or a desk for working, staying long term, having a place to kind of get away from the main living space and come in here and utilize. Off of this, we decided to go into the bathroom and do another built-in shower. So in the owner's suite, we decided to do a full tile shower the same way we did in the guest bedroom and the bathroom. But in here, it is a little bit smaller, and it's just a feature of this building. They decided to make the owner's showers a little bit smaller. They're just deep. So we took that and we just made this an entirely its own space. And this will also have a swinging glass door on it, so it's easy access as well. Here, we kept the length of the vanity because there's no way we could actually move this wall due to the structure of the building. So we went with a space that we actually could work with. So we inserted a larger vanity with a backsplash. Same thing with the mirror. And you've got way more lighting. Everything is super functional and it's just a beautiful piece. Here, we went with an elevated toilet and actually changed out these. So everything is cohesive. Everything is elevated. Everything is designer, and it makes sense. And it makes sense to the point where there was thought put into it. So it makes your place stand out a little bit better.
Let's get in unit 1106 right here at the Bayview Resort. Now guys, as soon as you walk in, you are going to notice a nice wide and expansive hall, which makes this condo feel so open and not cramped. Immediately to your right, you do have a rather large and spacious bathroom, as you can see here. Tub shower combo, but plenty of space in here, guys. Plenty of space. Now, directly across the hall to the left, we have double full-size beds, as you can see. Plenty of room, lots of extra space next to this bed. You can probably fit two queen-size beds in here. A nice, good-sized closet, as you can see. And, of course, a flat screen and a mirror there on the wall. Now, this is a unique space, dining room space right here. That's how they're using it. You might use this as a good space for twin bunk beds, a little place for the kids, just depends. Kitchen, massive, plenty of cabinets, plenty of nice appliances, granite countertops, dishwasher, sink. As you can see, plenty of outlets, stove, microwave, and of course that refrigerator there. Now, don't forget the bar. As you can see, you got a nice little lip there, some extra seating. It overlooks the living room, and then you got your master to the right. But immediately to the right, we do have a nice dryer washer combo. Let's get into that living room, guys. As you can see here, plenty of space. Opens up to the balcony, which is the money maker. And this balcony is one of the nicer balconies here at Bayview. You can see that gorgeous tile. Look at all that space, all that seating room. Look at that. Now, let's check this out. All right, guys, look down that coast. Look at those on-site amenities. As you can see there, you'd have Wicked Tuna way down in the distance. Let's see if we can get a zoom up on it. There's Wicked Tuna. That is the Myrtle Beach boardwalk, as you can see, heading right on down this way. And of course, leading down this way to the Skywell. And those are all the little shops. Pretty cool. Now, absolutely stunning master flat screen. Good sized bed, closet, and again, another massive bathroom, as you can see. Plenty of space. Shower. Hi. That wraps it up, guys, for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom right here at the Bayview Resort. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden, keeping more money for you and your loved ones, and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid. Now, I get calls, emails, and texts all the time from investors just like you looking to make an investment in Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos or commercial properties in our market. If that's you and you need a savvy investor to run financial analysis, to generate profit and loss statements, that has the research and has, hard factual data that backs up how these condos have rented. If you need proof, I can get it for you. No matter where you are in the journey though, don't be a stranger. We've got lots of stories. Lots of investors call off of YouTube, email, text me. I work with all kinds of people from all over the world, guys. I want their story to be your story. So pick up the phone, give me a call, get over your fear, stop being afraid. The season's almost over. You can't waste any more time. Stop watching videos and pick up the phone and take action, because it can be a life-changing decision to make contact with me and open a new chapter of your life. 843-360-1737. All right, guys, let's get inside unit 1106. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, nice entry table. Immediately to the right, we have the first restroom. As you can see, absolutely stunning wall decor. We've got nice, beautiful gold hardware. Looks like quartz countertops. Nice little bench in the shower. Absolutely stunning. And we've got our first bedroom. You can see the two full-size beds. Look at the headboards, guys. Check that out. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful artwork, as you can see. Nice, gorgeous mirror here. And, of course, flat screen. Let's get into the closet just for a second so you can see it. All right. There's our contractors there, guys. Absolutely stunning. Now, they turned this space into a beautiful dining room, as you can see. Gorgeous chandelier here. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Dishwasher, modern cabinetry, undermount sink. Of course, a beautiful view. Look at that coffered ceiling. Look at that accent wall. We'll get to that in just a minute, guys. Beautiful backsplash here, as you can see. They took the cabinets out here to the left. They've put in a beautiful setup here with a nice coffee station. Everything that you need for wine, coffee. Nice little coffee station, which is one of those top 5% Airbnb. Look at that, guys. Listing must-haves. That I'm going to stand here just so you can see that beautiful tray ceiling in the kitchen. Now, check that out. You've got stools. You got a nice little overhang here so you can eat there, which is phenomenal. And then check that out. We have a fireplace, accent wall that was built in, and of course a gorgeous flat screen TV. It's a little bit dark outside, but I'm going to take you out there anyways. Very cool table set up here. We're on the boardwalk, as you can see below, right here at Bayview. And there's access to the master here. They've put a nice mirror, little makeup table here. We've got a beautiful full-size bed. Yes, this is an accent wall, as you can see. Absolutely stunning. Flat screen on the wall. Look at this. Beautiful. Check that out, guys. All right. Nice, beautiful standing shower. Check out that work. Absolutely stunning. The gold is gorgeous. Of course, absolutely stunning. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps up our remodel right here at Bayview. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because this is the fastest growing area out of the 150 most populated areas in the entire United States for the last 3 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. This helps to insulate our market from many of the ups and downs that the rest of our nation's real estate market experiences. This can help you have a more stable rental property. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because they have a tremendous upside when compared to money market accounts and the stock market, due to the appreciation they earn and the potential of higher annual yields through their gross rental income when compared to these other investments. Money market accounts and the stock market don't have the upside of added appreciation. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because while our prices have risen and have held their value, we're also much cheaper than other places like Florida. Where else can you go and find an oceanfront condo for as little as $100,000? If you're getting into the real estate game or expanding your current portfolio, the bang for your buck is sitting right on the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina oceanfront. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories.